Guys, I am super excited to be here with you. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Stacey Lauren, and I am the host of the Do the Thing podcast, and I run the Do the Thing communities. And I love helping people really gather people around a common goal. I actually recently did a TEDx talk about the power of community and how community really helps you achieve your goals. I think a lot of people don't understand how powerful it can be to connect with other people that are doing the same thing. And when you're able to do that and create a safe space where you could be open and vulnerable, share your gifts with each other, advice, ask for help, it changes everything. And since those of you that are here are part of CapShow and are in that world where they help content creators optimize, automate a lot of things they're doing by creating the back end content or the front end content, but by creating all this amazing content from the words that we're able to share. You get it, right? Like you're wanting to actually like have people impacted by what you share. And I feel like it's a really disservice to people when there's speakers or podcasters or anyone actually, when they're authors, when they're sharing a message and then they just leave the person with that message. Like, for example, you read a good book, right? And, or you watch a movie or you watch a TEDx talk, and all of a sudden you're done with the book, you're done with the movie, you're finished watching the talk. You might have like 10 minutes of activation after that, like looking for like, who is this person? Like, what else do they have, right? You go through that internet stalking thing. But if there's a gathering place for those people to connect together, now you really can help people create the biggest amount of change in their life, because you've created a space for those people to connect and for them to have the conversations. Think about it like this. And what I want to show you in this episode of CapShow's show is how to actually create a community. And I'm actually going to show you how to do it on Facebook. There's a lot of different platforms I've helped people do this on. Circle, School. I actually even do it on Melissa Gilbert has an app called Modern Prairie. I help support that app through my Find Your Voice challenge. And so you could do it on any platform. But for the example today, I'm going to show you how to do it on Facebook, just because it's such an easy place to start a community. And then once people are on there, you can always decide if you want to switch different platforms when you move them into a paid experience. But yeah, I think it's a disservice when people just let that person just like read the book, put it down, and they don't have a gathering place. And so that's where I was going. I was trying to regain where I was at. Let's say you have something that happens. Let's say there's like a parent that's sick, right? Or like has like something happen and you're like lost, you don't, or kid or whoever it is, you're lost, you don't know what to do, and you're trying to figure it out. It's so difficult to like be alone in that figuring it out process. You're trying to like learn, like if you think about from a parent perspective, you're learning like what's the hospital that I need to talk to help me with this thing? Or is this really the right advice that the doctor's giving me? You know, right? That's where community really comes in, because now you get to just post a question in the community, ask for help. But if the people don't feel safe to connect and have conversations, then there's no way to really even have that be really supportive. And so that's what I like to show people, is how to actually create that space. So no matter what happens, if you're connected by a common goal of the community, now you can actually help support each other. Okay, so with that, I really wanted to use our time today to show you how to create the safe space. So we're going to show you on Facebook, and then we'll kind of see what comes up from there. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. My screen is a little messy, but we'll just kind of go with it. Here we go. Let's see here if I can do this. Oh, you know what it is? I got it. Screen share. There we go. Yay, there I am. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go, this actually I probably should show you. So a lot of you are probably in this life cycle right now. I do everything in comfort circles. where if you look at a community, I actually think about like equine therapy. It's funny, I'm creating a movie right now for this organization called Saddles and Service. They help active duty and veterans, first responders overcome PTSD through equine therapy and the power of their community. And so when I started to pay attention to how they're actually doing it, I realized the power of the horse, which is sometimes when people are overcoming, something, or like actively suicidal, which a lot of the people that are coming into that facility have been before they've gone in there, they actually don't want to talk. They don't want to share their story. They don't want to like be like, yeah, like in that space, right? But the power of the horse with equine therapy, all of a sudden you're actually feeling safe to start talking because the horse is what meets them where they are. And that's when I realized the horse is actually, when we're thinking of online, because I'm going to show you today how to do an online community, the horse is actually the online lurker, the fly on the wall, the person that wants to watch but isn't ready to speak up. They're not ready to comment. They're not ready to engage, or maybe they are engaging, but in a very minimal way. It doesn't mean that they're not getting impact. It just means that they're just not safe enough yet to start sharing. And that could be either the space doesn't feel like it's a safe space to share because they think they're going to be judged, or they're worried about what people will think. I guess it's the same thing, really. Or they don't think they're going to have anything to say. Or it could just be, the person is just not ready. So anyway, the horse, if you're an online lurker, or the person in your group is an online lurker, it's good. They're on the comfort circle framework. So it's actually good. And then the next level is people have to really find their voice in a community, right? Because they have to be able to see that what they have to say has value, and that feel confident. That's actually coming from more of a confidence. So find your voice piece. It helps you kind of work through like the imposter syndrome, comparison, perfectionism, like identity, and it helps you really tap in more to who you are and what your stand is for the world. Then you're ready to share your voice. So you see a lot of communities when they're activated, they're having people in there that are like doing celebration interviews, or they're sharing their story, they're doing coffee meetups and things like that. And so you want your community to be activated where people are comfortable sharing their voice, right? Maybe even sharing advice. They're contributing to the community. They find value in being in there. And then there's other levels as well that are available in that way. So anyway, that's the comfort circle framework. I also teach it in this way, and I've showed this on prior ones, but I'll kind of give you an idea. So everything I do is a comfort circle, but basically I have this challenge. It's called Find Your Voice, where I give these like self-reflective dares. Something like if you were going to write a book, what book would you write? I eventually like people to go live in the group because I think that's the fastest way just to take action and get out of your head. But if they're not ready to go live yet, they can actually like type the answer, or the next level is the audio record. And then the next level is to video, and then you go live. And then eventually they're able to do it in their own community. If we're thinking about it from a podcasting standpoint, if someone's ready for that, then that's where you record yourself, and then you record with someone record with someone you don't know, but have a shared experience, and then you record with a total stranger. So just to give you some ideas there, if you're uncomfortable at all with starting a community or with going live, that's actually why it's even better to have an online community, because that's actually where you can easily find your voice, because you actually don't need to have more than even 10 people in there, pretty much, because you can start really small. Like, for example, I'll give you an idea. I had this, I don't even know if it's still open, but I did a small little group when I had a 2-hour, I have the book right here, 2-hour cocktail party, I don't know if you could see it, challenge that I was running in my Do the Thing group. And in order for me to do the challenge, I needed more accountability. So I started a group basically where I was showing, I don't know if I have it, where I was basically just going live in there, and I was doing each step of it. Let me just see if I can find it really quick here. Groups. I wonder my groups. My groups are here. Let's see here. How is that doing that? It's so weird. Reload. Huh. Oh, I see what happened. It's doing that. Let's see here. Groups. And then my groups. No? Anywhere. Okay. Well, don't you love that? And then groups. Okay. Oh, it's still doing 2 hour. That's what's happening. Hold on, let me just get that away and see here. Here we go. See more. Okay, those still are not my groups. I go to groups and then groups you manage. Let's see if it's there. Kind of wanted to just show it to you. See more. Let's see. I must have archived it, I'm guessing. Okay. Well, anyway, I'll show you this one. So I had a other group where I was doing a book club. And I just saw it. Now I can't find it. Let's see here. Book club. Where'd you go? There it is. Do the Thing book club. Make sure I don't have anything there. Yeah. So Do the Thing book club. So I created it. It's a really small group. And then I used it to basically I was doing an affiliate launch with somebody essentially. And then what's nice is you're able to then go live in this group, you know, and you're able to like basically feel like it's a really easy way to kind of like get yourself out there. I say this is really important to know because a lot of people aren't comfortable yet with like sharing their voice or not comfortable with going live, but I want to show you that you can actually just have a group with 10 people just to kind of like get started. So anyway, just pointing that out. Okay, we're going to go in my collaboration network and I'm going to show you how to set up your Facebook group first. So with the, basically you're going to create your group. And then I have, if you email me, Stacey@dothethingformula.com, I have a whole like how to set up your group, like with instructions and step by step. So you guys can feel free to reach out to me that way. Again, it's Stacey@dothethingformula.com. But as far as your group settings, don't get stuck here. This is just like the quicker you can move, the faster it all happens. So you just do it's so funny. I haven't even changed it. And this really doesn't even make sense, which is hilarious. I'm going to fix it now since we're doing it. But to show you, I've had this group now for at least like 6 months. I had an $87,000 launch from one event in this group when I only had 120 people in it. So it just shows you that none of this stuff really matters. I didn't have the photo that I have now up there. I had no photo. So whenever I start a new group, I always like to do like no photo. So anyway, we're just going to create a quick description so we can help me with my group. So I need a Facebook group description for my Do the Thing collaboration network. I like to help people build engaged online communities that they can make money with. I also help people show up online authentically and use their authentic voice so they can do TEDx talks, podcasting, content creation, live their best life. Please word the description to share this, and also focus on collaborations and how important that is when you are doing this work. I think I'm also I did a TEDx talk on this topic. I might as well add it on there. Why not share it one more way? Power of community to help you achieve your goals. So how do I pull this now? I'm going to share that there. Okay. And then, okay, also share that I did a TEDx talk talking about the power of community.
The thing about about traveling with your kids?
There we go. Okay, good. I thought that was like going to be help you achieve their goals. Okay, let's see. All right, let's take a look here. Welcome. This is your space to connect doers and community builders ready to make an impact through the power of collaboration. Look at how good. I love ChatGPT. It's so great. This is so good. Let me track, show up authentically, use your authentic voice to shine in TEDx talks. Yeah, I think I also have a flagship, might as well sell my offers here, a flagship challenge called Find Your Voice, 17 days of dares to help you get out of your head, stop overthinking, perfectionism, what else? And gets you to move really fast with a community of people. Do the thing, find your voice. Voice.com. Okay, here we go. And so you could see, like, I went really fast, right? I had, please change like-minded. This annoys me. It's so good. Whenever you find yourself getting annoyed, you know that that's content, right? So I don't like it when people talk about I call it my people. That's the whole thing with being with people with a shared goal. When they talk about like-minded people, it's not right, because if you think about the people that you share a goal with, when you're in a group with people, they're not like-minded. They're like valued or like-hearted, because you can be totally different. Like your beliefs are different. Your views could be different, but you just have the same goal. So anyway, it's just like a thing. But what's great about that is that's eventually something I want to really do something on, because it always activates me in the funniest way. So, okay, here we go. All right. So now I'm just updating this. Here we go. Welcome to this your space to connect. Massive impact through the power of collaboration, whether you're building engaged online, striving labor. Here's what the community is all about. Creating thriving communities, finding using your voice, showing collaboration from joint ventures to promote each other's work. I'm experienced life-changing community. I even shared a message in my town where I explore the power of the right people can help you achieve it. Check it out here. I guess I need to add it now. Where'd it go? TEDx talk, Stacey and Lauren. Okay. And take it again. And then get rid of that there. Okay, power of community. Find your voice, journey of dares, stop overthinking, get out of your head, move fast, learn more and join here. Other do the thing communities. Okay, I think I'm gonna just leave that alone for now. Let's collaborate, support each other. Yeah, I'll put the podcast in there. Do the thing podcast. Yeah. You can listen. Check out my podcast at here. And then I might as well do Instagram. It's good that you guys see this because, hold on, I got to get to a non thingy-majiggy. So you put all your social profiles here. Instagram. Okay, let's see here. Instagram. And then I might as well do YouTube. Do the thing formula. Do the thing formula. And YouTube. I guess I should do LinkedIn. Okay, one more thing. So hopefully you guys are seeing that you could just just add all your, whatever you want to add here. But you don't need to start this way. I'm just kind of like showing you kind of like real time how to do this. So I'm going to do LinkedIn. Let's see here. Okay, me. LinkedIn, there we go. Okay. All right. All right, so there we go. Let's collaborate, support one another, and make big things happen together. Okay, so there's that. All right, description, done. Now you have private, so new member intro. It says on, but I don't really know. It's so incredible. Okay. Helping more than, this doesn't even make any sense. Hold on, I gotta switch this now too. So let's, it's funny. Let's fix this too while we're at it. Please change the welcome message when people join. Okay, go. Amazing. After building something, hoping more than 20 others. Now it's hundreds, so you got to change that too. National place where we can promote, collaborate, swap time, place where we build friendships. I'm so excited to have you here. Please stay tuned. Okay, I already did the welcome launch party. Okay, here we go. So let's see here. It's so amazing. After building several and helping hundreds of others build their own, I realized this was a natural space. Excited to have you here. Can't wait to see what we can create. Feel free to share this group because the more, the merriers. Okay, so update the intro. There's that. Now we want to privacy. It's really important that your group is private and not public, because when your group is private, people are a lot more safer to share whatever they want to share. Whereas if it's public, their friends can actually see what they post in a public group. So that's really important. And then you want to keep the group visible. And then you customize the group. If you don't know your actual group name yet, I would wait to do this because you don't get to change it that often. But if you do know it, then feel free to do it now. And you get to, I think you guys can see that. I don't know why everyone thinks it looks frozen. A moment, let me just see. Here. Hello. Here we go. Website address. Okay. Edit there. So you would just put it there. I've already got it there, but that's where you want to link it to something. And then I also, on top of that, I do a domain redirect. So I actually have my Facebook group is connected to domain dothethingcollaboration.com, and it goes straight to my Facebook group. So that's what makes my Facebook group as a lead magnet, which is also really great. Who can join the group? I always like to have only profiles join versus business pages. I just think it's Facebook is a personal place. I'd rather have personal people doing that, personal profiles. Who can approve member requests is only admins and moderators. You don't want to have it be where your community can approve people, because we actually are going to set it up through a platform where their emails are going to get synced into your third-party platform. Like, for example, I was using MailChimp for a while. It automatically goes in MailChimp. Now I'm using like a Go High Level substitute. But who is pre-approved to join? Nobody. Anonymous participation is off. Who can post? There's some people that like will select certain people to post. If you want your community to be a safe space where people are sharing and they're discussing and they're using it like a forum where you're not having to do work, you want anyone in the group to post. The thing is, you have to set up like the foundation so people understand what you care about, so that way you're not having to highly moderate. It's very rare that I'll have to actually delete something because people understand what to do when they're in the group, you know? So post approvals off. And then who can create chats, admins, and moderators, because those can be really annoying. One time I was doing a start a podcast challenge and I had hundreds of people doing it. Somehow a chat was created and everyone was just like in there asking questions on the messenger chat. And so I had to shut it down because it was just too much back and forth. So anyway, there you go. So you could always add certain other things to the group. Guides are also really good to have in there. So anyway, that's how I would set up your group. The other really important thing is your membership questions. This is actually how you can actually be starting to make money tomorrow from your membership questions. Let me just pull, I have better ones that I just did for another group. Let me just grab it here. Membership questions. This is another group that I run. I just started it recently. Here we go. I like this one better. Obviously I'm going to change it a little bit for this group. But anyway, this is one example. And then let me just ask ChatGPT to do a better one. Create, or fix this, don't mention TEDx talks or watch parties. All right, here we go. Okay, go. All right, drop your email. Email's required. Drop your email below so you don't miss it. Okay, there's that one. What are you hoping to achieve in this group? I love this question so much because you'll be surprised what people want versus what you think they want. I actually, when I started, I did a dating challenge. That's when I started this whole thing with Facebook groups. And I actually thought people were going to want help with dating. So I had brought in a flirting expert. I brought in a erotic blueprint coach, like all these people. But as people were answering that question, what are you hoping to achieve in the group? They were actually just saying that they wanted to meet new friends, and they wanted to just learn how to get out of the house without having to wait for someone to ask them out on a date. And so it's really important, and actually comfort zone was a huge one. So it's really important to like ask that question. And then what happens is when you use a third party kind of like integrator, I use something called Group Collector, then it automatically puts them onto a spreadsheet. So then you get to see what those answers are all in one place. And then this question actually leads directly to my offer. So I have a $47 17-day challenge called Find Your Voice. And so you could, and this is the way that I'm able. So when they say yes, now I can actually message them and invite them into that challenge. If I had something that was lower ticket, maybe like $7, I would probably do that. I'm just not there yet. But for now, I invite them directly to that. Now, depending on where you're at, you can invite them to do a strategy call. You could invite them to a free masterclass. You could invite them to do anything there. So anyway, those are the membership questions. Let me see if I can stop my share for a minute here. How do I do that so I can get back to you guys? Oh, I actually think I can. That's great. Do the thing. Here we go. Full screen. Okay, great. There I am. I don't know how to get me back up to where I can see myself, but we're good. So with that, we showed, let me just slow down to kind of like talk about what we did so far. So we have now set up your group, right? We care about the membership questions when people are joining, because that immediately helps you identify what the person actually wants. And it also collects their email, because what you don't want, no matter what platform you're on, you don't want to rely on the platform to like house the people. You want them to connect to another platform, so that like you want to have their info, right? Your email list is the most like biggest asset that you could really have in online business. And so you definitely want to get their email. Also, I wanted to just kind of like show you how it looks too, but I have to make sure I'm protecting the emails. Okay, cool. I can show you this too. Here we go. Oh no, how do I, oh, screen share. There we go. Cool. Yeah, so this is like an example of like the spreadsheet that comes. And then what's really great, so look at all this amazing information that I'm getting, where like I realize like why people are joining. I mean, how huge is this? Like everyone would die for this information, you know? And it's so great because I'm able to, if I wanted to, I actually don't reach out to people individually until they're like doing stuff, but I could if I wanted to, right? I actually do something a little different where I have these things called my people parties. Maybe we'll do that in a future one where I talk more about what that looks like. But I have these things called my people parties, which are basically these events that we get to have that are not planned, not prepped, not overly orchestrated. It's just connecting people together with a common goal. And then, and this tells me exactly what they want. So let's say I'm doing a my people party. Then at that my people party, I can actually invite them into whatever offer I want to invite them into, which is really, 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 really great. So there's that. Let me unshare my screen again so I can look at you guys. Okay, cool. So what did we do? We set up our Facebook group. We changed our description. I showed you how important it was to be a private group. Um, we had to set up the membership questions. Okay, so now I really need to explain to you how important it is to treat your Facebook group like a business. So there's a lot of people that are, and again, when I say Facebook group, put any group, put any word that you want there, because like I help people, like I said, set up communities on Circle and School and different things. You just apply the same exact methodology to those things. You want to have the right approval questions. You want to collect their emails. I use something called Group Collector. You guys can actually look that up and sync together with it. That actually automatically collects the email. It puts it on a spreadsheet, and then it also connects it to your third party platform. And actually, you know what? I know is it Group Track? Let me just make sure I know Jenna's company. She's amazing, and I know she's a partner of Capshow as well. Let me just make sure I've got her, the Group Track. Make sure I can. So that's another one where Group Track. Yeah, and so Group Track is also really great as well. They're totally different in what they do. Meaning like Group Track's actually a whole kind of like automation amazingness that works with Facebook to collect emails, but you also are able to do automated messaging. Not to confuse you guys, Group Collector is just a little tool that you do. You pay $50 and it collects the emails and puts them on a spreadsheet. So just want to make sure you guys know the difference there. Okay, so there's that. Okay, we talked about connecting the email. Now I want to talk to you about making your Facebook group a business. So there's a lot of people that are out there that are just like not honoring the space. So think about like a brick and mortar business, and maybe my mind goes there because I owned a staffing company for 20 years. And so I actually had like multiple offices where I had 600 employees that were constantly, doing things and moving around, but we hired thousands of people. And so when people would come in to the office that we paid a huge amount of money for monthly, I would always welcome them. I would greet them into the company because I wanted to really honor them for being there. And think about that. No matter where you are, if you're in a brick and mortar store, like whether it be a clothing store or a restaurant or hardware store, like if someone's not welcoming you in, it's kind of like, really? Like, hello, I'm over here, right? Like I always want to be welcomed and greeted. I just feels better. And so why would we do anything different when someone's coming into our community, right? Like we want to honor the person that's entering into our space. Like think of it like it's actually a brick and mortar store that you're paying thousands of dollars for. So as soon as someone joins, send them a direct message, add them as a friend, welcome them in and say, hey, thank you so much for joining my community. Say the name, because in case they forgot, remember people are signing up for all kinds of stuff. They might not remember. So for me, I would say my Do the Thing Collaboration Network. I'm really excited to have you here. And please, now you give them an action. Please go ahead and introduce yourself in the community and share a little bit about you. I'd love to have people get to know who you are, right? So now I'm giving them an action. Now, if you have a group and it's a dating group, but maybe like I have a singles group also. It's not a dating group. I like to help people that are single go through these challenges so that they could meet people in person and not rely on dating apps. I actually don't use that group as a dating kind of like site. That's actually been my biggest problem with that group is like people want to date each other, but it's just easier to not have that because it's a safer space when you're not doing that. But anyway, so like for a group like that, I might say, tell me like a funny dating story, or tell me about like what's something that you love to do out of your comfort zone, right? And so just something to get them to post. So I'm welcoming them, I'm making them feel special, and then giving them an action to make them feel comfortable to post, because now this is where the engagement happens. This is where the activation happens, because people actually want to go see who's joining your group because it's interesting. Now you're creating this like active, vibrant, like space where people come in and they're like, oh, okay, I'm supposed to do this, right? It's not weird, because that's what's happening. As someone's joining a community, they typically look and see what's this community like, what's going on. But if there's nothing happening in there, it's hard for them to want to feel comfortable to post, right? And so, so that's really what you will be doing. And then, so that's the welcome message. Now, the other thing that's really great about a Facebook group is a lot of people think they have to do a lot of content, where they have to post a lot and all this stuff. And so what's great about this is you guys are part of Capshow. For those of you that are using Capshow, you have this gift where you could just like take a recording that's like makes no sense. And I say this because half of my recordings make no sense. I do this like processing thing where I get thoughts out of my head. There are these 5-minute recordings that I do, and where I talk about like maybe something that I learned, or I talk about some advice that I like to give, or I just reflect on something that happened to me, and then I upload it into Capshow, and it pulls out a year's worth of content. And not just content, it's like conversation starters too. But so what's great about the community is that's like your way to be able to create, like to put what Capshow then creates for you. So you could go live. Again, remember that comfort circle framework. So if I say go live and you're like, I can't go live, then post, that's fine. But let's say you can go live. You're going to go live in your group. And that's where the people get activated. I've had some of my most successful challenges come from me going live, telling them about the new challenge, why I care, what's got me like wanting to do it. And then that's where people get like excited and they want to join the challenge. I have a recent example where it's so funny. A lot of the stuff I'm still doing is automated. At some point in the future, things will be like totally, did I say automated? A lot of the things I'm doing are manual. And there's going to be at some point in the future, very soon, because it's happening right now, where things will get automated. And so I'm still sending out, when I'm doing launches, I'm still sending out all the emails myself and figuring all that out. But anyway, so I was closing the doors for my high ticket program. And I had just done the My People Party. It was like kind of like you know how like 20% of the people buy from an event, but then the other 80% buy from what you do after the event. Well, I got sick. So I did the event. I had the 20% buy, but I still had the 80% on the table, right? Where they hadn't converted yet. And so I couldn't finish out the emails sequence for this launch because I was just like not feeling good. I just wasn't feeling into it because I have to write all these emails, you know? And so instead, what I did, I was sick, like not feeling good at all. I went live. I told them, I'm like, I am sick. I'm not feeling good. I can't finish the rest of these launch emails, but this whole thing is starting on Monday. You know, my program, it was the Wealth Experiment. It's starting Monday. And I was like, so guess what? Instead of me finishing these emails, I'm going to give you guys 5 days free access to my program. And so you're going to get to do it for free. And oh my gosh, like I think I had like 100 people sign up just from that live, that one live. That was like a 10-minute live of me just saying, I'm sick. I can't do the rest of these emails. Get 5 days free to my challenge. And then that's how the rest of the people signed up. Isn't that crazy? It was so crazy. And so anyway, that's the power of a community, right? Because it's not like the first time they had ever seen me, right? They had already seen me doing, like, I do these My People parties, I go live, I do all kinds of stuff, and I've welcomed them in. And it's not even really about what I do. It's because the group is activated. The group is actually the ones that are conversing, and they're having conversations, and they're supporting, and they're encouraging each other, and they're loving on each other. And so that's what we're wanting to do, right? And so so when you do that live, then you can actually upload it into Capshow, and then Capshow then takes it and is able to create these like conversation starters, these posts, these emails, these newsletters. And again, don't get overwhelmed with it, because that's what happens with a lot of people. They think they need to be everywhere. Just figure out what your sequence is, what works for you, right? And that's what I like doing. So I usually take one of the things that's like an email. I send the email out to my list and I let them know, you know, what's going on. It's so good the way Capshow is able to like articulate it perfectly. And then I take the conversation starters that it's created, and now I start posting it in my community. And then sometimes I actually post it in other communities, just to kind of like get conversations started. And then people start to engage with me, and then they start to join my stuff that way. And so anyway, that's a big way of being able to do it. And what's really beautiful about that is that you are now like really meeting people where they are, and you're showing up as yourself because you're going live in this really like organic way, right? Where like I come on half the time and I'm like, just like I am now, I'm in just some random t-shirt, no makeup, hair's whatever. And the point is, I'm modeling this for you guys. And there are times that I'll dress up and I wear makeup and I do all this stuff, but I'm modeling for you kind of like what is needed to be able to move really, really fast is you've got to be okay with doing it messy. And the way that you become okay with doing it messy is by having that private, safe space where you just are with people that like, if someone's like not liking what you do and you don't like what they say, then they don't need to be in your group, you know? So it's a way for you to build up your confidence, a way for you to build up your conviction around the things that you're doing. And what's so beautiful about that is the people that end up gathering around you, they love it because you're showing up as yourself. And so that's why I really like to model the messy piece, because honestly, like if I was going to dress up all the time and do all the lighting and the makeup and the whole thing, I would rather get a job, or maybe I should have a job at that point, right? Like I don't want to do that because it's going to stop me from sharing my message. And I think that's what it is. I'm so deep into like how important our message is to share with the world, that like we don't want to have to wait till everything's perfect. And that's what I encourage you guys to do, is really think of the time that you maybe were at your lowest point when you really needed to hear something. And you know, maybe it like someone helped you, something you heard helped you do it, or there was like nothing that helped you, right? And you wish you had something. And so really tap into that, because that's what's really going to help you get going on this and start your group. Ask those membership questions so you get people on your email list. You find out what they actually want, and then welcome them in, and then start going live and just get to know yourself and the community while you're doing it. And so that's what I encourage you guys to do. Okay, I think we've covered enough. We covered why you should start a group. I also covered the psychology behind like having your group be a business, not just a hobby, treating it like it's a brick and mortar store that people would pay thousands of dollars to be in there, or that you would pay thousands of dollars to be in there. So treating it like one. So welcoming the people in, inviting them to post, share who they are, maybe even tagging other members that you think would be good for them to connect with, and then just start going live and sharing more about that experience. And so yeah, I encourage you to do that. And then of course use Capsho, be able to pull those lives, take the content from the lives with Capsho, so then you can like, I call it getting loud. You can get loud in different places that feel comfortable for you. So, all right, you guys. Well, that was what I was wanting to cover today. I'm excited for the next time. We can probably talk more about like what a My People Party is, how to actually convert your offers through this My People Party framework using your group. And it's a really easy, fun, simple way where you don't have to prep, plan, over orchestrate an event. It's like the way, it's almost like I teach it in a way that, let's say you're having a party at your house and everyone's bringing a dish, like a potluck. They're bringing it, right? You're not having to talk to every single person. You're wanting the dinner to come alive through all the people and the conversations. And that's the way that we want to do the group. That's the way we want to do the My People Party, is we don't want you to do the work. We want the people to be part of this experience, that they want to interact. They want to have conversations. They want to support. They want to encourage each other. They want to do all these things, because that's where the connection and the camaraderie and the goal achievement comes from, is when you're connecting people to this common goal. That was actually the last thing I wanted to mention, is when you're doing your group, make sure you're thinking of it as a way of what is the goal of the group. So don't do it in an SEO way, at least in the beginning. Do it in a goal way. I do it the collaboration network because I help people grow their audience. I help them engage it. I help them monetize. But I don't want people that are going to be competitive. I want people that will be collaborative. So that's why that's my goal. So, all right, you guys. Well, wonderful seeing you. And I'm so excited. Thank you so much, CapShow, for just doing what you do for this community and for helping streamline things on the back end to make it easier for people, especially someone like me that likes to move fast. Oh my gosh, you've just made it really simple to streamline things that we are able to now use to leverage our business. So thank you so much. And do the thing. Don't wait for opportunity. Create it. Bye, guys.